Unseen footage. Princess Leonor whispering sweet words to Prince Christian at Gala. The cameras flash. The hall glitters. Everyone expects formality, silence, distance. Suddenly, soft words, a stolen moment, a whisper no one was supposed to hear. But now, unseen footage changes everything. It reveals tenderness, not protocol. It shows a bond the world only imagined. We begin at the entrance of the Grand Gala Hall in Copenhagen. The chandeliers glow like constellations. Nobility from across Europe stand poised, their eyes trained on the two young royals who have become the focus of an entire generation. Princess Leonor of Spain, poised, elegant, her every movement measured. Prince Christian of Denmark, equally composed but with a flicker of warmth in his gaze whenever she approaches. The unseen footage starts innocently. A camera meant to capture the entire hall sweeps past the royal table. For a second, it lingers. It records more than faces. It records a moment. Leonor leaning slightly, a smile softening her expression, her lips moving with words no one else can hear. Viewers lean in. What did she say? Why now? This is the question that ignites the first curiosity loop. We don't yet know, but the footage offers clues. Her hand brushes a strand of hair behind her ear. Christian's expression shifts, half smile, half surprise. The atmosphere at the table subtly changes, as if the gala's rehearsed script has been interrupted by something private and real. To understand the weight of this moment, we must step back. Both Leonor and Christian grew up in a world of duty. For years their encounters were framed by protocol, state visits, photo calls, formal dinners. But behind the titles are two young adults. The footage, grainy but clear enough, lets the public glimpse the truth. The narrator's voice lowers. Listen to the background, music from a string quartet, applause echoing after a speech. Leonor leans closer again. Christian's eyes flicker downward, then up. There's a spark of recognition, a shared secret. This is the second curiosity loop. Is it affection? Is it reassurance? Is it a simple comment about the event or something deeper? We move through the gala as if we are there. Silverware clinks softly. The Danish queen exchanges a glance with the Spanish king. Around them, journalists whisper, sensing a shift but unable to capture it. The footage is unseen, unreleased until now, yet here it is, every frame telling a story without words. Our guide continues weaving context. Leonor's education in Wales, her training at the military academy, the years of headlines speculating about her friendships and her future. Christian's own coming of age, the expectations of the Danish crown, the subtle comparisons to his mother and father. Each of these threads forms a tapestry that makes this whisper at the gala more than a simple remark. A new loop opens. Why release this footage now? Was it an accident? A deliberate leak? And who benefits from this glimpse of humanity in a world of ritual? The answer is left hanging just long enough to keep the audience listening. Then, softly, the script explains, sometimes, the public yearns for a story that feels real. Sometimes, the image of royalty must breathe. We slow the pacing. The narrator describes Leonor's gown, the shade of blue chosen to echo Spain's royal standard. Christian's cufflinks engraved with a Danish crest. Tiny details that root the scene in reality. The whisper, replayed again and again by those lucky enough to see the footage, becomes almost mythic. Did she call him by name? Did she encourage him? Did she confess something? Interviews with palace insiders add depth. One former aide recalls how both families have tried to give the young royals space to form their own identities. Another recounts how gala dinners are usually choreographed to the minute, yet small gestures slip through, revealing genuine emotion. This is where the script shows its richness. We're not only seeing a clip, we're understanding the pressures, the histories, the hopes bound up in it. The voiceover paints moments from earlier in the evening, arrivals at the red carpet, the brief touch of hands as Leonor and Christian greeted each other, the glances exchanged across the hall during speeches. Each vignette builds toward that whisper, circling back to it, making it the anchor of the story. As we approach the midpoint, the narration expands on public reaction. Social media bursts with speculation. Newspapers run still images cropped from the footage. Some call it a breach of privacy, others call it the most human royal moment in years. This contrast fuels another curiosity loop. Will the palace acknowledge it? Will they explain? The script offers balanced perspectives. A Spanish commentator suggests the words were simply polite thanks. A Danish journalist hints at long-standing friendship between the two heirs. A royal historian reminds viewers that whispers have always shaped dynasties, sometimes more than treaties. Gradually, the voiceover slows again, inviting the audience to breathe. Imagine, it says, being 19, carrying the weight of centuries, and still finding a moment to whisper to someone who understands. The empathy is palpable. The tension between duty and feeling becomes the true heart of the narrative. As we move into the final act, the footage fades out but its impact remains. The narrator invites the audience to consider what the whisper represents. Not scandal, not a breach of protocol, but a sign of the new generation of royals, a generation that seeks connection as much as tradition. Closing scenes return to the gala hall. The music swells, guests rise for a toast. Leonor and Christian exchange one last look before the camera pans away. The voiceover reflects, perhaps we will never know the exact words. Perhaps that is as it should be. What matters is that, for one brief moment, we saw two people, not just two titles. The final minutes of narration offer a quiet epilogue. The footage has ended, but its story continues in whispers of its own, articles, discussions, and the imaginations of millions. The script closes the last curiosity loop by shifting the focus from mystery to meaning. In an age of spectacle, the voiceover concludes, authenticity is the rarest jewel. And tonight, in an unseen whisper, we glimpsed it.